Mention's getting cooked, man.
Hi everyone.
They should be getting cooked, bro.
What's cooking? Bro, we're starting to do the intro here. We're live.
Oh, my bad.
Mahad's telling us.
Sorry, everybody. Listeners.
Mahad's because McLaren fan TV. Shout out to them. They got a follow off McLaren, didn't they? Mahad? Is that why your mention's getting cooked?
Not even that, it's for something else, as always. But yeah, shout out to McLaren for following us. Now it's time to follow Pitstop Fracas.
Lovely stuff. And with that, we're here to talk about the Australian Grand Prix, brothers. What a race it was, man! Bloody free safety cars. We had the FIA regulations being thrown into jeopardy. We had cars going off track. The Baguette boys flying into each other. Oh, action-packed race. And to go through it, I've got Mahad, Richard, and Rafa. Rafa, how you keeping?
3 out of 3, man. Keep it consistent out here. 3 out of 3 podiums. I'm chilling. 3 podiums. My team's good for. I'm living life right now.
Lovely stuff. You told me on a Monday you're already looking forward to Friday. What's going on there?
Well, Easter weekend. I'm there. I'm live.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But I was thinking about Friday on Saturday.
Yeah, I was actually. After Alonso almost was at P3, I was thinking on Friday, bro. I was on. I'm telling you, it was peak.
Mahad, how you doing?
I'm all good, man. I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back in order, man. I was a complete mess. Get me?
Bro. 5 a.m., bro.
I was up.
F2
like race.
I
felt like Pedri
from 2021 yesterday, bro. Oh, my eyes were like.
Do you know what?
Bro.
Yeah, please don't put support series in places like Australia. Because why is F3 on at 12:30 at night? Don't kill me, bro. Man, I come from outside and then there's an F3 race on. Forget about it.
Well,
imagine coming back from a rave and you see every race, bro.
I came back from outside like 2:00. Yeah. Then I see an F2 race on, and I'm seeing these guys being like bozos, and I was like, "This is ridiculous. You cannot allow these guys to be in places like this."
F2 stands are horrendous, man. I was watching the highlights the other day. I thought, this is the series that Chris and Kwame fund, This is the support series that Chris and Kwame put money in, Look at all the sons running around like a pack. Why am I seeing Enzo Ferrari, Enzo Fittipaldi crash twice, please? And I was class.
No, hold on. Let's break this down for everybody that's watching here and listening. Roy Nissany crashed, which is a no-brainer.
Standard.
Crash, and he's parked up on the side on the left in Australia, Tell me why Fittipaldi just crashes into a parked up car.
He almost crashed into.
Almost,
yeah.
In under a safety car.
Bro, the next generation of drivers
we're finished. We're finished, man.
Listen. Enjoy it now, man. Listen, enjoy it now. Boy, I'm telling you, 6 cars will finish the race in 2026. It was 2027.
Bro,
it's finished.
The only ones who look decent, is Vesti, Iwasa, and Porsche. These French dons and Rancher sons and that Victor Martins, who's them other dons?
Essex boy, Bearman.
Grizzly Bearman, Cocaine Bearman. Yeah, look at the bit, you know what I mean? Look at the bit. Yeah, Chris, you got to answer for your sons, man.
Yeah, but to be fair,
I got my sleep pattern back on the track now.
But you got to respect Chris and Kwame. In those two F2 races, they are on it. They are on it when it comes.
They're the ones that tweeting at 3 a.m, guys.
Literally, it's because of them.
Chris said he watched F3 in the club. Oh my god, he is a sicko. He is a sicko.
Oh my god, watch F3 in the club. Crazy,
bro. Listen.
Catch some wines, bro. Catch wines. Why are you catching F3? Catch wines. What's wrong with you? This guy. Come on, man.
Hey, babes, you seen the new Prima drivers?
Hey, Chris is crazy, man.
I was watching. I was watching Arthur Leclerc when he should be watching a couple of things. This guy, he's not.
That's crazy.
Also joined by Chris, obviously. Not Chris. What am I saying? Chris. Richard. How's it going, man?
Wow, trying to say all black people look the same.
Richard star in the show,
Don't do this, please. We spoke about this in the comment chat the other day. Yeah. Thingy tried to catch me. Kunle tried to catch me out last year. I'm not was just a genuine mistake. That's it. We were talking about Chris, but we were talking about Chris. I was like,
Strange stingus, man.
bro,
Come on.
I've got hardly any sleep, man. Don't do this to me,
No.
Richard.
No, my bad.
Oh, Richard, as we were saying.
Yeah, it's Richard.
Word on the street, you got Aston Martin, you got an RM, you gone on lavish holidays. Is that how it is, yeah, Richard?
I mean, I've put an order in for a DBX 707, but you know what I mean?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Aston
black
Martin done
on
all right
black,
this
you get
weekend,
me?
man.
Hey, listen,
We're very lucky, by the way.
Hey, listen, get how you living, eh? Hey, hang on. You talk about luck. You man capitalize off luck, a lie. Don't have me on that mic, bro. He thinks you can't see him.
Right, to be fair, we were in the points, and then if that crash and then the real order stood, we'll even got more points. So we'll eat it anyway, regardless. You guys would have had 2 DNFs.
It would have been 2 DNFs because if it was a DNF, they wouldn't have had the third restart.
No, I'm saying I'm saying because obviously they red flagged it after Gasly and Ocon crashed. I'm saying Aston Martin, you had Stroll in the gravel, you had Alonso right at the back. So that would have been no point for you lot if that result stood.
Yeah.
So basically,
I know.
But hold on, how did
Nil point to 27 points? We bought different, man. We bought different.
Sounds like a W to me.
that's the turnaround?
Sounds like a W to me.
Yeah. Guys, we haven't even started the pod, and I feel as though we've done it. Should we just wrap it up there? Yeah.
Done.
It's done.
Done.
Hey,
Finished.
Bye, guys.
Okay. Do your plugs. Do your plugs, Anik. Do your plugs.
Oh yeah, that's it. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So we're here to review the Australian Grand Prix. And if you haven't already, please make sure you're following us on all the socials. First of all, Twitter. It's your one-stop shop for all F1 related content. We've got analysis, we've got memes, we've got interactions, we've got polls, we've got everything going on Twitter. So that's at Pitstop Fracas. Same with the Instagram at Pitstop Fracas. If you're watching this live on YouTube, please make sure you give us a like. Please make sure you get in the comments. Let us know what you think of the pod. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. We sometimes go live as well, which is what we're doing right now. We've got comments flying in already from Nam, Chris, and co. And last but not least, if you're listening back to this on Apple or Spotify, please make sure you give us a 5-star rating. And a review goes a long way. It helps us keep getting out this content week in, week out for you. Right. With all that said and done, and before we get tuck into this spicy Grand Prix, let's quickly touch on qualifying. Oh, I suppose a key point out of qualifying, we saw in practice the Red Bulls were really dominant. I think it was FP2 that was washed out, and I think Perez had a couple of issues in FP3. But when it came actually to Q1, he crashed out. Well, he put it in the gravel at turn 3. And I think at the time there was sort of talk about, it could have been the car, it could have been the driver. Guys, what's happening there with Perez? I mean, there was all talk about him coming into this weekend about, title charge, this, that, and the other. On first view, I thought it was a problem with the car, but now I saw Peter Windsor's video. And I've changed my opinion. I think it was a driver error. Keen to get your guys' thoughts on it. Mahad?
Something wrong with the car, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you go full beans in Q1 in that car when you got a couple of tenths to make up every single round anyway? So he's mentioned it immediately. We spoke about this before. The problem's still there, whatever it was on the radio. So clearly something's going down or something's going wrong with his setup that he wasn't quite happy with throughout practice. Obviously, Perez ain't the strongest of qualifiers, but he's not going out on Q1 type of qualifier, especially in that rocket ship. If he didn't get pole, maybe he may have got 3rd or 4th. You know what I mean? He would have got on the 2nd row, but I don't feel like he's in that kind of scenario at the moment where he would feel the pressure of trying to perform only 3 races in. He's an experienced driver. He's not going to be moving mad like that already. So I really think it's just maybe something wrong because he was going full speed. Like it's like he was pressing brake and the brake weren't moving. So Yeah, but obviously, if Peter Windsor thinks otherwise, Anik, you know,
He's the GOAT.
you follow
The
Peter
GOAT.
Windsor. So Peter
follow him
Windsor
very
says the
closely.
sky's purple. You know what? The sky's purple, isn't it?
Hey, even Rafa agrees. Rafa agrees. This guy, he's untouchable. You're talking about me, Rafa.
They're calling you a merchant.
Listen,
I'm
Peter
Peter
Windsor,
Windsor merchant. Religiously, I
Windsor
have
is
to watch his videos.
he's an OG, bro. He's done in the cap now. He's serious. He's serious. He's serious. He's serious.
What did you make of that Perez qualifying? You think it was a car?
Yes, I think it was a car. I think it's a bit harsh. I think people want to jump on old narrative saying that Perez, he's blown it because he can't handle the pressure. But I don't think it's that. I think he had issues with the car throughout the day. I believe in FB3, was it? I think he wasn't right with the setup. So I think he lost it with the car because the car broke down. Or there was some issue with it. So I don't think it's where Perez felt the pressure, as Mahad said. It was Q1. We're not really gonna go like mad. It's not like the last run in Q3 where he's more liable to make a mistake. I just think the car setup wasn't right, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I'm struggling to get my head around this now. Like they for whatever reason took it quite easy in Bahrain. He had a difficult brake pedal, downshifts or drive shaft issues in Saudi Arabia. And now, they got an issue braking. It seems like this Red Bull car, despite being so dominant, has also got its issues.
They're worried. I'll tell you right now, they're worried. They're telling Max Verstappen on the radio in Bahrain and Perez, chill out, please don't go full leather with it. They're telling Max in Jeddah, look, chill out, please don't. Just hold positions. You guys are too far up on the road. They're probably seeing something in the computer and they're not happy about it. And maybe reliability is going to come into play.
Fair enough. Yeah, good. Oh, let's see. Richard, Ferrari, bit of a disaster class in qualifying. I was, be honest with you, bro, I was quietly confident they could do something in qualifying. And even if they didn't do something in qualifying, I was confident they'd do something in the race. But, bro, they got it all wrong. They got it all wrong with the weatherman. They got it all wrong with the tyre choice. They got it all wrong with the warm-up. Yeah, just talk me through your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best of days for Ferrari. I think Rafa threw in the group chat that they were on pace the second fastest, I think, all weekend. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they ended up qualifying, what was it, 5th and 7th? Sainz managed to qualify ahead of Leclerc, which was quite surprising because we all know Charles is a bit of a quali merchant. But no, it was a big L, to be honest with you, especially in terms of quali. As you said, Ferrari expected rain. I think he said about 3 minutes remaining of Q3 they were expecting it, and obviously we didn't get any rain, to be fair. So it was very disappointing, especially with the pace that Ferrari had for both Charles and Sainz, to be honest with you. And yeah, it didn't make any difference anyway because look what happened to him in the race, especially Charles. He likes the beach a lot, to maybe a couple of beaches in Monaco, and he was homesick, so we decided to go there in the race. Yeah. Decided to go there in the final. I'll tell you now, my new saying is I stand with bro. That's my new saying this season. Because there's a lot of performances where people are doing I stand with my bro and copying their teammates or their best friends. So we've seen Leclerc do it with Arthur Leclerc in Bahrain, funny enough. We've also seen this season with Leclerc doing it this year because so Sainz been there in Australia last year, didn't he? He beached it. And Leclerc has said, you know what, I stand with bro. I won the stage last year, but I stand with bro. And he decided to beat you. But unfortunately, Sainz, he ended up, he had a massive howler, didn't he? He could have got like a P5, P4, obviously, with the penalty and whatnot. But we'll get into that, don't worry. But yeah, in terms of Team L of the weekend, if you will, it's most definitely Ferrari.
Easily, yeah. Yeah, we'll come on to that. Ragazzi, and all of that.
Ferrari, man. Shame. So, do you know what I noticed about Ferrari? Why weirdly, their quality pace went out the window, but they had race pace. Usually the other way around.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
But they even said that. This
Might
is what.
settle.
No, this is no. I think they said before the race. I remember reading Leclerc's comments before the race. He said that we're kind of ready for the race, which is why at the start of the race I was pretty surprised that he went into that turn 3 so aggressively. So for those who are not aware, the race started down into turn 3. Leclerc's battling against Stroll. He's got on the far right, he's got Alonso there, he's got Stroll, and then he tries to go around the outside, gets clipped by Stroll, and is out. And it's honestly overall a stink of a weekend for Leclerc at that point. And I know a few of you are keen to talk about Charles. So yeah, what's your thoughts on it? I mean, personally, I think this is getting to make or break for him now with this team.
Do you know what I think it is?
Yeah.
The move stinks of desperation. Why are you going on the outside 3 wide? This F2. What on earth are you doing? Like, you don't need to do that. You're in a car that clearly set up for the race. Just take your time. It's only lap 1. Chill out. Maybe he felt like he needed to overcompensate because obviously he got out qualified by Sainz and he's in a low position. And he knows that he's got a quick race car and he needs to make up places quickly so he can be amongst the top 3 runners in that race. But clearly he's frustrated about the situation over there, that the car is taking a step backwards and he's only got 1 year left on his contract. No, he's got this year and then next year. Is he thinking his head's gone elsewhere, or is it now or never?
I think if you put yourself in his shoes, at this time last year, he had 2 race wins. He had a race winning car. Now the car's not really there. The car's still capable. He got off to a really bad start. He's not had a start like this. He's seeing his teammate out qualifying him. He's seeing his teammate get more points than him. He's seeing what he would usually be his key skill to qualify fast on the final run in Q3. He's not even doing that. So it could just all be getting to him. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months or so with Charles. Yeah, Rafa, quickly talk me through Leclerc.
I think he's a bit over. I'll say a bit overwhelmed. I think the move around the outside of the both AMs is very, very audacious. I mean, first lap, cold tires, going to go around the outside of 2 cars when he could just play the safe game. Maybe listen, lose pole positions, and you never know what could happen in the race. Just let the race come to you. And I think that is his problem. Letting the race come to him is what he needs to work on, because we've seen it before. France last year, in the leader race, pushing like crazy for what? Okay, you need to push onto that, but to finish, you need to finish. You can't be bitter.
It's that
Imola 2022, 2nd place. And Max is down the road. You're probably not gonna get there. Come home P2, but he bins it. Like, I think he just needs to stop forcing the issue. Let the race come to you, and then the results get better. And I think he's feeling the pressure of his performances slumping, but also he knows this Ferrari is so unpredictable. So he knows 1 minute this car can be quick, and next minute can be just mind-bogglingly slow for no reason. So I think when he feels like he's got the car underneath him, he feels like he needs to just go full guns blazing. And I think, yeah, as Mahad said, I think he might be overcompensating just a bit, and I think he needs to just run his own race.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sorry, I was just gonna touch on that as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because I've just been watching like the highlights just then, and I don't know what Leclerc's playing at, because there's so much space on the outside. There's no need for him to turn in that early, because he turns to Stroll, who then clips Alonso. He could have double DNF'd on Aston's, and that would have been like a penalty, or a grid. Well, yeah, like a grid penalty for next race or whatever. Like, I think he rushes too much. His race IQ is not that great. I think he just gets a bit panicky and like, oh, I need to chop through this field as quickly as possible, not take his time and then calculate his moves carefully. He's very much, I need to pass these man now, and I need to be in clean air now. And then he ends up doing a mistake like that. And this is not the first time we've seen this from Charles. But his race IQ is not is maybe as high as what people maybe think it is or want it to be, because there is questionable times when he makes decisions where you think, why did he do that? But yeah, that's what I was touch on.
You know, I don't. I think he's got the race IQ. I think at the moment he is in a place where he's just got all these external forces just coming down on him, and it's literally getting the better of him. That's what I think.
Do you know what I think he is? This is what I think he is. Remember when the last couple of years at Lewis at McLaren, where the car wasn't there really, like it wasn't there with the Red Bulls, and operationally McLaren weren't all together. I mean, they had issues like pit stop issues or like car development issues, and I think almost Hamilton felt like he needed to outdrive the car. And I think that's where Leclerc is right now. I think Leclerc feels the pressure where he's like, listen, I need to do whatever I can to do this and this and this. And that's why I think his head's at the moment. In terms of that. And I think that's what's causing like these mistakes, and that's why you see the inconsistencies. It just reminds me of what Hamilton was going through in probably, I think 2011 and 2000. Not so much 2012 because he was good that year, but like 2011, like these race mistakes when he's just forcing it a bit too much when he should just be taking a chill pill and let the race come to him.
Yeah. But let's see what happens. Got a few weeks now till the next race, so let's see what Ferrari and Leclerc come back with. But back to the start though. You had Russell P2, Max P1, Lewis was P3, right? Alonso P4.
I think George. Oh, you mean before the start of the race or after?
Yeah, before the start of the race. Yeah, and then at the start, George got a good start, managed to jump Max, and then down to turn 3, Lewis went up the inside of Max, so Max found himself in P3. And the Mercedes boys were leading P1, P2. Richard, what were you thinking at that point? Think could be back to the old days?
Not really, to be honest with you. Because you know the car that Max has on him is unbelievable. To be fair, obviously we've seen a clip of that on board of Max just breezing past. I think it was Lewis, was it? Basically when he overtook him, yeah. So Max, you tell Max wasn't too worried. To be fair. Obviously would have caused my surprise because I don't think we've ever.
I think the Lewis move caught my
anyway.
surprise.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, because I think he was so used to him yielding in 2021 that obviously when he tried to get his elbows out, because I think, recall me if I'm wrong, Lewis said, high risk or whatever this weekend or whatever he said, like maximum risk, and he stuck by that, which I'm quite happy about, to be fair. Because usually he wants to be the gentleman, he wants to. Like, he'd be like, I'll make my moves more calculated in the race. But obviously, because Lewis knows he hasn't got his car as good as Max, he has to take those risks. And maybe Max just thinks the mentality of Lewis is, he's going to yield anyway. Like, he ain't going to do too much. So, yeah, that definitely caught Max by surprise. Because he was straight on the radio saying, he's pushed me well, blah, blah, blah. But if you see it back, look, the move was fair. Like, the move was completely fair. Like, Max has done far worse. Like, come on. It's easy to just sit there and moan, to be fair. But, it was a great move. That's what I mean. Like, it was a great move, and you just need to like hold that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Max getting dunked on twice, like just like that, did caught me by the bit of surprise. But it wasn't gonna last too long. To be fair, of course there was the Russell pitting and then get fucked over by the red flag, and then obviously Max and just DRS. Obviously, he just dispatched Lewis quite quickly, didn't he? So, but it was good to see him make one too for the first time and. I think since Brazil, I think it's something like that. But yeah.
So
yeah,
I think
it was a nice moment.
Yeah, I think as a start, then progressed. First few laps, you had George out P1, you had Lewis P2, Max P3. Again, I kind of agree with you. I think Max was just kind of just holding back, staying within DRS, and I think it was probably like 1.5 seconds between the top 3, so it was fairly close. And then Albon crashed out, I think around lap 6 to. The telemetry is telling me lap 6.
Lap 8.
But you're telling me lap 8. So
must mean when the red flag was done. Yeah, it was lap 8.
Yeah.
Because when the safety car came out, then the red flag. So yeah, okay. So lap 6 then, yeah.
Yeah, so lap 6 crashed out. Immediately they throw the safety car. George pits, switches his medium tires to hard tires. Then a lap later, they throw the safety car, which means you're allowed to fully change your tires. Yeah, media lads fully changed the tyres. Now that kind of put Russell into like a difficult situation. He was pretty upset. I think at the time he thought he was making the right call, being the leader. But yeah, Mahad, talk me through what happened there. Did Russell make the right choice?
Yeah, he made the right choice. Do you know what? Yeah, Russell's radio is hilarious. When he had Hamilton right on his ass, this is the sign of panic, absolute panic on the radio. And he thought, okay, they're not going to do team orders here. They're not going to tell Hamilton stay behind while I look after the tires and stuff like that. What can I do? And he probably said, let's call the shot. Let's try to pit now, go long and see what happens. And red flag. So you can't really predict a red flag when it's going to happen, you know. He was just an unfortunate guy. And these are the guys that are like, when it comes to taking control of the race and dictating their own race, it's going to be Russell, it's going to be Sainz to try and maximize their advantage. And both of them thought, okay, let's pit. Let's just try to go long with it and slap some hards on now. But yeah, I feel like it's a risk, considering I don't think a lot of people, especially people on strategy sides, saw the feeder races. There were going to be red flags. There were going to be safety cars. So,
but I just think, you know, there is a slight difference though between, you know, a red flag and a safety car. Safety car, you know, you can kind of deal with the incident, you know, at very slow racing, not even racing, very slow speed. But the red flag that, you know, there was after Albon's crash, there was debris, there was gravel all over the track. Like at that point, you know, could Russell have maybe judged it better? I'm not saying that he should have, but could he have?
No, because it's not worthy of a red flag in the first place. If you look working on precedents, like when is gravel a red flag?
Okay, gravel and debris. So there's debris on.
It was track. Minor debris. One, they what they officially said was gravel. Yeah, even if it's minor debris, I understand it should be a safety car. It shouldn't be a red flag. Red flags are not a common thing in F1. People crash quite commonly. Red flags aren't. Shouldn't be just randomly thrown out there. And I think it's compounding mistakes, because obviously you red flag that, which isn't that too bad. And then when you see something like Magnussen later on, you got to red flag it, because that's worse than what the other one was. So that's why you have multiple red flags in one race. I don't think any of the drivers expected it to be a red flag.
Yeah. I think even Lewis came on the radio and said, what the hell is happening here? It's put me at a disadvantage. Richard, Russell's had his fair share of luck though, hasn't he, when it comes to these sort of situations? So is it a case of what comes round goes round?
Well, you're saying the universe has balanced itself out then? Is what he's
basically, yeah. The economy will regulate itself, sort of thing.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, you could say that, because Russell does. He did get a fair bit of luck last season, didn't he? But I can't really put too much blame on him. Santa pick when he did, because the crash happened. When it happened, he was already up the road anyway, so he can't see that in his mirrors or foresee that. He's just got on his dash, safety car, yellow flags, whatever. He's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll pit now. Pit it a bit early, cool. He can't foresee the red flag, so I can't really put the blame on him, to be fair. In terms of being a red flag, that's understandable, to be fair. I wasn't too mad at it, because at the end of the day, with the position of Albon's car, it could have been a really nasty accident, to be fair. And the last thing you want is someone getting like T-boned or whatever, and something like that, something bad like that happen. In terms of gravel and debris on the track, yeah, the debris, yeah, you could say, yeah, because if Marshall needs to go on the track to clean the track, it should be a red flag.
But that's a narrow section of track as well. It's quite narrow, that section of track as well.
Yeah, but you exactly, and it's a blind corner, so you can't trust. You can't say, oh yeah, just have the safety car out and just the marshals clean or whatever. That makes zero sense, because you're trying to trust drivers under a safety car, like no matter what, because you don't know what might happen. You don't know what they might see, or if they see something last minute, they won't be able to brake or whatever. So you can't foresee that. You can't assume 20 drivers are going to be able to behave and coordinate themselves appropriately. So yeah, the red flag is right, yeah. And you say now the debris, you know, if someone else gets a puncture or whatever, then it's like that's their race fucked for no reason, to be fair. So I thought the red flag was fine, in my opinion. I didn't have really too much issues with it. And Russell got, unfortunately, shagged, but that's F1, isn't it? So sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, you just need to hold up. So, yeah.
That wasn't it for Russell, though, in the race. I think after the restart, his engine went. Rafa, what's going on with these Mercedes engines? Is it cause for concern? Are you over at Aston Martin worried by this?
Not really. Well, what did Lance Stroll tell him in Jeddah? Did we know? Was it a engine issue?
I don't know. I think it could be hydraulic. I don't know.
I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not
Let
sure.
me find out.
what it is I'm not worried because I think we don't see many Mercedes power unit issues, and this is F1. You might have a good engine, but at some point they're bound to fail. So I'm not worried by it. It's just unfortunate for Russell that it happened, and it went out in a big way. Like it went out like
He was on fire.
mad fire. So I'm not worried because it's F1 is bound to happen. It's not like Mercedes are doing like Alpine last year or Ferrari last year where they're blowing up nearly every other race. But it's bound to happen, so no, I'm not worried.
Mm-hmm. So there's a standing
I'm
start.
reading on it now. The Stroll thing. He said he was losing power every lap, and then smoke was coming out the engine. So
Okay, so it wasn't. So what? That's 2 races.
And Lando's engine was bad in Bahrain, and they had to replace it in Jeddah because it was dusted. And that's Mercedes engine as well.
So again, so 3 races, then 3 problems with Mercedes engine. So okay, then maybe there is a cause of concern.
Alpine engine could be the one then. Sorry, Renault.
Alonso curse followed him. Oh my god!
Well, it followed him and then it followed all the rest of the team. So it's fine.
All the mix, yeah.
Yeah, we can
hold that.
There's 6 cars.
Man said if we're going down, all of you get down.
Yeah. Man said Rico charge. Alonso said, y'all going down.
Exactly.
YSL Alonso, that's what we called him now. Said, y'all going down.
If my engine blows up, you'll beat me in the paddock early. That's what he's saying. So I rate it. But worried, no. Concerned, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So safety car comes out, leads him back onto the track. It's a standing start. Lewis is first, Verstappen second, and then from that restart, I think I can't even remember. Did Max didn't jump him? Did he? From the first safety car?
No, I think Hamilton got away.
Hamilton got away, and then Max was able to. Yeah. Max was close enough to him, and then just got round him as soon as DRS was enabled. I want to ask you guys about Max in this race. Do you reckon that Red Bull is just too powerful, and the DRS they've got something cooking there? Because I think I saw one stat today. It was like 38 or 36 kilometers an hour quicker than any of the other cars. Like, what have they got over there?
No, I think what was it? It's the car. I put it in the group. I can't remember what it was. So when the cars were not in DRS, it was 7 kilometers quicker than the Merc or the other cars, whatever. And then when they both had DRS, it was 14 kilometers. And then I can't remember. I have to pull up on this week, but it's the car too powerful.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I know. There's way too much.
It's too much. It's way too much. My head's already fried,
I know.
man.
I know. There's way too much. There's action packed in it. Is the Rebel too powerful? I mean, but you can spin and say Rebel did a good job.
Quicker?
To be fair, yeah, exactly. So like this whole narrative of like when a car is so good, we need to nerf them instantly. I don't really get that because like we should be able to allow like cars like engineers to do their thing, to develop to a point where if they smash the regulations, they smash the regulations, cool. Now everyone else just has to catch up. That's what I think it is, rather than Red Bull has to be slowed down, to be fair. Because so I've heard from like Sky journalists and like Peter Windsor and all these other people, all these tech guys and whatever. No one has an answer how to slow Red Bull down. No one. No one says, oh yeah, if we do this should surely slow them down, or we do that, this should surely hold them back. Because their operating window is massive. So there's not really a certain thing to be like, if you do this, it'll impact them. Because we've seen with the TD39 last season, that didn't affect Red Bull, but affected all the other teams, to be fair. So, what, you're going to introduce another technical directive? But what's that going to do? Might fuck over some other teams as well. So, in my opinion, the teams just need to figure a way of getting quicker. Aston Martin showed you it's possible by just getting some personnel, and we haven't even moved into the fucking new factory yet as well. So for me, it's just a case of like, get your money up and get your staff up, get your tools up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is for me. Red Bull is fair play. You know, the win summertime doesn't look like it's going to affect them as of yet, the penalty. But fair enough to Adrian Newey now. That's a tip out for me.
So the way I see it is 2022. I know we had a debate in this in the group chat about how potentially this year, you know, the regs aren't as good as last year. You know, it's a bit more dirty air, this, that, and the other. I honestly thought 2022, the start of the year, was amazing. We had proper close battles. Cars were able to follow this, that, and the third. I think we're at a situation right now where the rules are the rules. You work by them and you try and make your car as quick as possible with the rules as they are. Toto complained last year, and look what's happened now. You know, it's put a lot of cars, you know, Ferrari probably being one of them, at a disadvantage. I honestly don't know where Merc are. You know, we can say they're quick after this race, but you don't know where they are. They've ended up going for a new concept, which they could potentially release. I'm right now of the stance that the rules are the rules, and you try and work within your means to make it go quicker. I don't want to see no more teams complaining about this and Red Bull are fast and that. If it turns out to be a legal Red Bull, you know, fair enough. But I honestly don't. After the cost cap breaches they had last year, I don't think they're going to be breaking any rules. So, is what it is. I think after Max overtook Lewis, though, he was like about 8 seconds clear, and I remember tweeting at the time, "Yeah, this race is done. Max has checked out." But I think after Russell's engine blow up, you know, you saw like an old school battle between Lewis and Alonso. And they were like vying, you know, like trading quicker laps, trading quicker sectors, trying to get close to each other, trying to, you know, push each other's tires to the limit. So yeah, talk me through that battle, Rafa. What was happening there? The old guard.
I think that battle started before the VSC came out for Russell's retirement. Because I believe Alonso was 0.6, 0.5 off, and I thought, okay, he's in DRS range. A move might be imminent, even though the AM is a bit slow on the straights. And yeah, I think it was an interesting battle. And what it looked like is the restarts hurt the Aston Martins, because it seemed like the Mercedes were able to have a larger operating window for their tires, so they were able to warm them up quicker, while the Aston Martin's tires were taking a long time for them to load up to get into the heating range. I think it took Alonso like 3-4 laps for it to heat up, and then we saw he was able to put in better times. Because I think after the first VSC, it went from like 0.6, like 2.3, and then it almost got to 3 seconds, and Alonso gradually brought it down. It was a great battle because you had Alonso saying, "Yeah, I want to, you know, ruin Lewis tires," and then Lewis going to his energy and saying, "Where am I losing time?" And it was a real old school, you know, game of chess, you know, mental chess. And I think this is what I want to say. I know a lot of people. I know this is a big rivalry, whatever you want to say, but this is great for F1 to see these two, you know, champions go head to head. A lot of people will say the Aston Martin was quicker, and I think in theory Aston Martin's a quicker car, but with the tire warm ups and the way the Mercedes were able to run their car, that I believe that balanced that out. Alonso was a bit quicker, but it wasn't enough really to sustain the gap. And I think Lewis done a great job maintaining the gap. I think Alonso done his best trying to push. But yeah, I think F1 needs this rivalry. I think for me, it's the best rivalry in F1 since the turn of this century. And it's great to see two champions just go head to head in equal machinery.
So Nam tweeted out this afternoon, I want to see Aston Martin with Lewis and Alonso. Talk me through what you think, Mahad, with first of all the battle and then that potential lineup at Aston Martin.
The battle's great. Gives me a bit of PTSD from 2007, but I think both in the similarly paced cars going at it should be interested this season. They both know how to drive, of course, two world champions, two drivers that actually know how to give each other space. So we're probably not going to see terrorism or anything like that. So some of the older drivers to kind of show the younger drivers that, listen, this is how you drive, rather than what's going on back there in the midfield and towards the back of the grid, you know. So yeah, great battle. Him being at AM, that's disgusting. I feel actually physically sick. Hamilton being at AM, that's not something that I need to ever see in my life. And hopefully Hamilton takes Alonso's spot when Alonso retires. I'm not saying Hamilton and Alonso at AM.
Green suits Hamilton, bro.
Why are you lot biting our flow? Just stop.
What do you mean biting your flow, bro? Get your money
off McLaren, bro. Ferrari, get out of here.
Ricard, listen, we are the new McLaren, bro. You'll see your McLaren. We are the new McLaren of old.
You are Eddie Jordan, Benson and Hedges, two blonde girls with you. That's what you lot are.
No.
Where they are?
No.
Please,
Mike,
with Kwame right now.
Listen, Mike Crack, yeah, is Ron Dennis. Mike Crack is Ron Dennis with a hairline. That's what he is. With a hairline, glasses, and Mike Crack hits Jim. That's what he is, bro. He is that guy.
I don't think I've ever heard Mike Crack speak.
You don't need to hear him speak. It's like Lordy Harvey. Don't need to hear him speak. You speak for what? Let him do his job. He ain't charged. Mike Harvey, do not talk too much. You know what I mean? Let's get over the
a word come from that man. But
when he's got them glasses on, them circular glasses on the pit wall, come on, bro.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for. I'm praying for you lot's downfall.
With Papa Strolovich backing us, bro.
I'm waiting for AM's downfall, Alpine's downfall. Alpine ain't that hard.
Alpine, I'm there.
Yeah. But I've been in no matter what.
Hold on, what you guys got against Alpine? What's wrong with Alpine?
Stink, man.
Let me start.
No, they're irrelevant.
I know what. Go for it, Rafa.
Listen, yeah. I said this would happen. I said to Kwame, your two drivers will come into contact at one point in the season. I think we're going to talk about this later, so I'm not going to speak about it too much. And now they're doing dual Twitter videos saying apologies together. Like they do. Oh,
on the plane as well.
Up on the stair, like that. Up on the stair. Like, sit around, bitch. Sit around, bitch.
You know what, yeah? It looked like they were in a studio dropping the apology featuring Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly. A track. Bro, when have you ever seen that, bro? When have you ever seen two drivers on a plane doing that YouTube apology videos? What's going on at Alpine, bro? Lauren Rossi is your guy.
Who are they apologizing to?
Exactly. What fans? No, where are their fans? No.
So where they at?
Bro.
They're only fans of Kwame.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
You know how the Etihad always used to be empty. You know how the Etihad always used to be empty, innit? That is what Alpine fan base is like. even when we got Paul Ricard, they're not there. There's no
Ricard, they're there for Leclerc. What the hell's going on here, man? They're not even there for Alpine. Hey, listen, yeah. Alpine, that crash was so funny. I don't care. Gasly not looking in the mirror. You know who Ocon and Gasly, do you know what they remind me of? Cramp twins. You know the Cramp twins?
Yeah. Class.
Just nonsense between them two.
Listen, yeah. They don't deserve to be called Alpine, bro. That's the French way. I'm calling them Alpine until they start doing normal stuff. No Alpine. No, none of this French. No.
Alcatraz.
Let's break this down. Yeah. McLaren had the stinker of the first two races. Tell me why in one race we got more points than Alpine.
Yeah.
Harlow.
I mean,
It
because
is,
of Carlos
it is
Sainz.
the history of the Alpine, bro. That's what it is. The history of the Alpine. These guys, pink cars. They think they're there. They're not there. But yeah.
All right, man. You guys,
Carlo, man.
too many agendas, man. I don't mind Alpine. I don't mind them.
They're just fifth, man, forever, man.
Yeah.
Literally. I remember
there,
that 100. They had a 100 race plan to do what? Come fifth. Nah, man. 100 race plan. AM.
I ain't gonna lie.
It took them one
Every
race
time.
to go from
AM took their jewels, man.
Yeah.
100 race plan.
You lot have been trying to do that for how long? We've done it in quick time.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time Mahad drops in, this Otmar reminds me of Peter Griffin. Absolutely kills me.
I hate Otmar
bro.
so
It
much.
kills me.
Why is Otmar always speaking on Oscar Piastri, man?
Yeah.
I like.
Just
It's
stop, man.
giving bullying.
Stop, bro.
Keep my drive
It's
out of your
giving
mouth.
it's giving harassment. I know.
It's like that guy, yeah, that lost a gal to another guy. He just keeps talking about it. Keeps talking about it.
Get over it.
It's like, I don't. He says, "I don't care." But every 5 minutes, he's bringing up her name. Bro, if you don't care, just don't mention her name.
Man's
bro.
on the Insta in the comments. You know, I bought you that handbag,
Yeah, bro.
bro. She's gone.
Man's DMing Aloni. Oh, I used to take it out to Nobokov. Oh my god. Now she's with next man. Should have do.
I bought her that
I
house.
bought her in a bacon.
Hey,
I
hey,
bought her
you
in
know,
a car.
hey,
See that
hey,
range?
you know-
She's whipping. It was on
Hey,
me. It was
you know them guys that get over girl to get the other girl jealous. That was what bringing bringing Gasly was to Alpine. Therefore,
Do you think we care? Do you think we care about not having Gasly? We do not care. We do not care.
No, he cares, bro.
Oscar Piastri in one of the worst cars that we've ever made has got the same amount of points as Gasly. Please, man.
I love cooking Alpine, bro. Kwame, if you're listening, hold that.
He's definitely listening.
Yeah,
He's watching right now live on YouTube.
Nah, he's occupied.
Pit stop after hours. So 2 laps before the end of the race, K-Mag, bang, into the wall. Yeah, again, that resulted in debris all over the track. Under normal conditions, you could have just, seen the race out behind the safety car. But no, bang, they red flagged it. Upon the red flag, there was a bit of confusion. It came back to a standing start. And essentially, lads, it was a shootout for 2 laps. All the big hitters put on the soft tyres. And bro, absolute chaos ensued for like 28 seconds. I mean, I don't even know what happened right now. Yeah, but there was just all mayhem. I think you had Lewis and Max going into turn 1. You had Alonso in there, and then you had Sainz coming up the inside, clipped Alonso's wheel, which resulted in the Alpines. It resulted in Gasly going off track, coming back on track, colliding with Ocon. You had Sargent taking out De Vries. And then to compound it, I just think Stroll wanted to get in on the act. He just went off as well at turn 3. So yeah, you had absolute chaos ensue.
Stroll says
the whole order was mixed up. You had Hulkenberg up in 4th. You had Tsunoda. When I saw Tsunoda 5th, I was like, "Fuck this shit!" I couldn't believe it. It was like a whole jumble up of the order. It was absolute chaos. Yeah, Mahad, talk me through that, man. What happened there?
This is why we should not have red flags a certain amount of laps to go in the race. So if it's like 5 laps left, just no red flags, please. I've had enough because there's too many bozo drivers. There's too many drivers that will be like, F it, this is my chance. I can make up for a bad race. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me go through the list, yeah? So Sainz, we can see you, brother. We can see you, fam. Yeah? Gasly, we can see you. Yeah? Logan Sargent, we can see you, bro. Yeah? This is unacceptable driving standards, yeah? Firstly, yeah, Sainz started all of it. Sainz started this whole thing because him actually making the corner, he did a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he made the corner. he was gonna make the overtake on Alonso, yeah, but he decided to veer out and be a bit too aggressive, and that caused Alonso to spin. Then that kind of bunched up everybody while they're trying to avoid the spin. Gasly went off track to avoid it, then came back on without looking in his mirrors. So he came onto the track without looking to his mirrors. Then he was swerving to the right without looking in his mirrors. So this long period of time now of not looking in his mirrors, and decides to absolutely clock his teammate into the wall, which had no, he had no option. Ocon, what can you do? What can Ocon do? He just got taken out by his own teammate because he decides to not look in mirrors. Same way Gasly didn't look in mirrors in Miami last year when he took out Norris. These men don't look in mirrors. It's a problem. And Logan Sargent just said, listen, God bless America, and just went straight into my man for no reason. No reason. Just went into DeFries. We don't talk about DeFries now. Well, I'll let Rafa speak on him later. But there's a lot of bozos going on this track. And to put them in a situation where red flag, couple laps left, let's go for it. I don't think a lot of these drivers have the competency to do that.
But you know what, Mahad? Like, I know you said that science started it, but when you actually think about it, and I'm just watching it back now, they could all of them be treated as separate incidents. So, like, literally, De Vries and Sargent is a separate incident. Sainz is a separate incident. Gasly went wide. He then went off track and went into Ocon. Perez going off, that as well. And then you had Stroll as well. There were like 5.
No, Stroll just like, man just said it's my day off. He saw the yellow flag.
I just think he saw all the action and thought, you know what?
He just said, fuck it.
Stroll said, if you man do it first, I'll do it. That's what he basically said. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Imagine Stroll saw all the madness behind him, yeah? He saw all of it. He survived it. Yeah, he's around other drivers. He's nowhere near any incidents happening. Yeah, he just said, "I'm gonna go straight to the
You know what he said?
His incident is nowhere near anybody's incident."
There's Alonso said in a clause somewhere saying, "If I don't score points, Stroll can't score points too."
Simple.
So that's why he probably said, "I've got to go off now. It's long." Speak. What I think it is I just think again. The whole grid struggled with cold tires. To start in a race again with cold tires, everyone's struggling with tire warm up. To go into that, and obviously, you're trying to recompensate for your bad race. Bear man flying to turn one. The way I watch races is I got to watch the race, leave it a couple of minutes, and come back and reanalyze. Now, I thought. Initially, science, what he did was criminal. But looking back at it, it wasn't that bad. Like, it's for me, it's in the grey area of like racing incident almost. Because it's not like he went flying straight into the side of him. It's just that he probably understeered just a little bit too much and then went to the side of Fernando. And obviously, I'm a Fernando fan. Fernando got a great exit out turn 1. And going into turn 2, I thought, he might have got Hamilton down to turn 3. But the other thing is, Gasly...
Alonso never finished turn 2, bro. he got turn 1.5, that was it.
Gasly... does Gasly have a driving license? I'm pretty sure he doesn't, bro. He doesn't. Because
he's got 10 points. That's what we know.
Bro, he must have failed his driving test about 3 times. Bro, how can you not check your mirrors at least once? Bro, that was the first thing I did in the car. He said, check your mirrors. Look, mirror, and signal. He done none of that. I know there's no signals, but he done none of that, bro. How can there be another car right next to you not see him? So for me personally, that is on Gasly. Ocon can't do nothing. Bro, Logan Sargent, man was screaming like "Land of the Free" into the back of whoever was in front of him. Like, I don't know, man. That guy do you see him beefing with his engineers all race? I think he was just vexed. So, let me just smash into someone, like Roy Keane said. That's he was just vexed. And Lance Stroll, now I was just trying to copy his order. DNF it. So it is what it is.
Bro, I just watched back that Gasly one with Ocon. That is absolutely criminal.
They were doing synchronized crashing, bro. Did you see how both cars just ended up same
direction after?
I stand with bro.
Yeah,
I stand with bro.
Yeah, stand with bro.
You crash, we all crash.
Exactly.
Cramp twin hype, man.
Yeah,
I told you, man. These cramp
It's
twins, man.
That's
it's
my
the
twin.
Cramp twins. Yeah. Can't even know what I was there.
What'd you make of that restart, Richard? Then
Oh, it was hilarious, wasn't it? That was just that's peak F1. I felt like I was watching F2. We had what was it? Because I was literally just watching the back just then, yeah. So Checo had to go wild because Gasly, you almost went into the back of Gasly. So then Gasly went wild, so obviously he took out Ocon. Then as you said, Logan started to do landed the free home of the Brave on I actually thought Sonoda, but it was actually De Vries because he just thought, why not? F2 days and that. And then what else was it? And then Sainz started to take out his stepdad as well. So there's a lot of beef going on, do you know what I mean? Like a lot of tension and all stuff like that. You get me? So
Did
it's
you
just
say
a bit. Hey, I mean,
it makes sense.
hey,
we can say that.
I'm hearing
Minimums.
Sainz and Alonso is beefing right now.
Yeah.
no,
it's
I
like-
think it's cool. I think it's cool. I
Yeah,
reckon
it's
Alonso's
kind of
fine.
beefing.
If Alonso
that why
goes
Alonso-
position, then they'll be beefing.
is
No,
that why
not
Alonso
even
left
because
his
of that
deal?
incident. I heard they're just beefing in general.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
but they were in the interview pan laughing over the Lewis like 2 days
No,
ago.
that's not what I'm hearing. I'm not. I heard that was just like pleasantries.
Nah.
Pleasant. Oh. Wait, is that why Alonso left his gear? Because
Nah, Alonso left his girl. Oh, no.
Man said this is turned into
No. It's not 'cause of that.
Bruh,
TMZ
you just called it-
fracas, man. No, come on, listen.
Listen. Alonso.
TMZ fracas, oh my lord.
Alonso's trying to streamline his life. You can't have a take. He needs full focus into the season. It's full focus.
Okay, let's get back to a serious point though. I genuinely don't trust these drivers to be doing red flag restarts.
That's true.
More than one.
so what's the solution? Do you think?
I
No
look,
one starts?
what after good old fashioned finishing under a safety car? We did it in Monza.
Like they done in
last
Monza.
year. What happened? Can we just do that, please? Because that would have been the order. It would have been fine. Everybody just go home. There was like 4 laps left, 5 laps left. Come on, let's be serious. Man. We've seen it a million times. Well, I've seen more red flags in the Liberty Media era than anything. What the hell's going on right now?
I personally think it should have ended under the safety car, and I think the fallout of this was that because, correct me if I'm wrong here, because sector 1 wasn't completed by the race leader, the grid then had to come back and revert to the original starting positions. For those drivers that were taken out, they were no longer a part of the starting grid. Everyone went back to the pit lane. Bang, Sainz got a 5-second penalty, and it was just an absolute chaotic end to the race because it ended under the safety car, behind the safety car for 1 lap. By the time Sainz crossed the start-finish line, he got his 5 seconds under the safety car. So everyone's like bunched up together. So he ends up at the back. And then there was a whole load of points for the teams that weren't expecting to get points on Sunday. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, but where's the element of just luck and reward at the end of the day? Like, if we did a restart and then a lot the guys that avoided trouble, let's say for example Yuki Tsunoda had a great start. He was overtaking bare guys before even any incidents happened. He took over like 4 people. Does he get punished because these guys are bozos?
Or maybe the rules need to change. Yeah. Sorry, Anik. Maybe the rules need to change that. It should be maybe after the safety car line, or it should be the case of when the red flag comes out, whatever position you're in, that should be, if there's a restart, that's what it should be, rather than
you survive.
once you get past sector 1. Yeah, rather Max does get past sector 1, because also you could spin and be like, oh, Max was too slow, so I got shagged of this position or that position. It doesn't make any sense. So
if Max did complete sector 1, then what would have happened?
I think they would take it from...
Because they called the red flag. Because they called the red flag straight away. Yeah?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So let's say if they had waited 15 seconds for Max to have completed sector 1, then what happens?
Well, I think don't all cars have to pass. Or is it one?
Yeah, it's one of the 2. I think it's either all or the leader, one of the 2.
Yeah.
Then they declared it from that point, yeah.
I definitely know, the safety car 2 line, all cars have to pass that for it to be something.
Forget about the lines. What? Just everybody cleared turn one.
Yeah.
If you made it past turn one, you're in it, and that's the order. And if you
Simple as.
DNF, you're out. And then, do you know what's so funny to me? Yeah, I watch a lot of the feeder races and stuff like that. Yeah, do you know how much times there's a red flag and there's like 5 laps left, and they said the race will not continue. This is the end of the race. They don't even do the safety car thing. They just say it's the end of the race. F1 doesn't have the capability to say this is the end. This is the end of the race. It's red flag. It's over.
But it's a Netflix, isn't it? It's entertainment.
And you know what's so funny? F2, F3, they do that because they don't want to waste time stopping an F1 race happening or F1
main event.
So that's why they end the race like that. But when it's F1, they would never end the race. Just saying, red flag is the race is over. This is the final standings. If you survive that melee, this is your position.
The thing is, though, this is just like in all sports, there is a battle between entertainment and safety. Like in the NFL, the rules are made for more entertainment, and I think it's following that line of, you know, we got to get the viewerships up, put the cars back out there, red flag it, and we get another extra lap of racing. We can sell it as the last lap shootout or whatever. I think they're trying to straddle the line between both. And listen, F1 can be entertaining without being engineered. Just do the right thing, man. Don't think about the viewership. Just do the right thing. And either end the race or just safety car it till the end. Like, well, I think we're trying to force this. Oh, the race needs to be exciting all the time. No, man. Just stop. This is obsession with entertainment right now. Just a complete obsession.
And you know, like I honestly feel, I feel sorry for Sainz, honestly, because effectively the grid got reset, and he's the only one that realistically got penalised by 5 seconds. Like, why can't you just give him, if you really wanted to punish him, why don't you just give him a grid penalty at the next race? Like, you're going to give him a 5 second penalty for 1 lap to go, a 1 lap under the safety car. Like, you might as well just DNF him. You might as well black flag him. If you're going to
ironically, like if he, let's say, did that incident and then he went out as well and he DNF'd, they would have gave him a grid penalty next race. So why did it happen?
You know, the thing is, though, I forgot what I was going to say. I thought the FA was being lenient on first, restart incidents. I thought they were going to let some stuff slide, and I know obviously Alonso would have, you know, gone right to the back in the fault of his own, but it is literally a corner 1 incident off of restart, and I don't think they took that into consideration. So I don't know. They're not consistent with it.
But what I don't get, this stuff happens, bro. Like, yeah, I remember back in it happens like 2017. I think it was at the British Grand Prix. Lewis and Raikkonen were battling on the first lap. Lewis got spun around and he had to come through the back of the grid, like without a red flag. Like, this kind of stuff, it does happen. But I feel as though in this instance, it's because the Alpine boys went into each other and everything.
I don't think it was egregious what Sainz did. When it first happened, I thought it was, but when you look back, it wasn't egregious. It's not like he literally went straight into the side of him.
Look how quickly they gave him 5 seconds. I've never seen something so quick.
Instant. That's
what. Like, what?
That's
what take ages to decide if Alonso's on a podium or not.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Freddie. That's what Freddie V said just today. Freddie V. That's what he said. That's what he said, bro. Like,
yeah, he did say that.
Bro, obviously, he's right. They slapped on him. I can't lie. That radio message from Sainz. Bro, his voice was breaking.
Please.
No, Ricky, no. Please, Ricky, please, no, Ricky, no.
It was when he said P3 and P4. Like, I know his voice was breaking. He was crying, bro. When he said that, didn't take it to P3, P4 to no. Oh, but it was P.
Hey, these Ferraris have got no dogs in them. They got corgis in them, man. They're dusted, man. They got cats in them, bro.
Like, science.
Over what? P4.
Yeah, like Science was in the series office going like, you know, I'm sorry.
Do you know what? Yeah, I get it though, because if he does finish P4, he's stat padding on Leclerc's head. He's got a healthy head start. points wise.
You know, it's 1-1 in the battle so far in terms of like season. Like, listen, I'm just saying.
Bro, Leclerc's going to end up winning that. Please, let's just.
No, I'm saying,
Really?
Anik, I'm saying if he did finish P4,
Yeah,
he would have a healthy gap.
of course. Yeah. He would have. But I think he would have also collected a decent amount of points for the team because the race really, it started off well for Sainz, but then he didn't really put any gap between him and Gasly. In my view, it didn't look like he were going to challenge Alonso, Hamilton, or Verstappen. So it was like, he would have got a decent amount of points for the team as well. But yeah, man, one of those. Winners and losers. Let's do that. So I'm looking at. Fuck it. Let's talk about losers first. Checo, you say he's a loser?
No, not really.
No, not even after his quali performance.
Recovered. No. Recovery. He's like
recovery.
Davido, recovery. This guy is built for it, man.
You know what? Yeah, he has a. Yeah, I think he has like a kind of a niche for just coming through the field. I think he loves it because that's what he does. He just loves coming through the field for no reason. You know what? Yeah, he loves recovery drives, isn't it? So I think he was in his bag on Sunday.
Do you reckon he's deliberately? You know what? He probably done that on purpose. Qualifying. He did it on purpose. I was right.
He saw what Max did. You know what? He saw what Max did from P15. So you know what? Let me do P20 and see what I can do. He said
P20 to P5.
Yeah, he said, you're the number one driver. Yeah, I can do 15 positions too, my boy. It ain't that deep.
Do you remember? Yeah, okay. Do you remember Perez had to lap pit one Silverstone last year because of that incident with Leclerc. Man was a lap down, last place, finished second. This guy's a recovery merchant, man.
That's how we got the Red Bull seats. Somebody got the Red Bull seats and secure. He's turned his P1.
My went from last to first, bro. I saw that in like F122 videos, racing game, but I don't see that in real life. My went last first. That's crazy.
But it's the RB19, man. The RB19 is too good. But even Max, I'm telling you, he deliberately went off at the penultimate corner. Max deliberately went off then because he's getting.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. This is what I'm saying. I feel like that car's got issues, low key.
Yeah,
because he made it
3 out of 3.
Yeah, there's something that's wrong there.
There's gonna be a DNF there. We're waiting.
There's something like McLaren 05-ish about it. There is. There is. Mahad, you know there is. In 05, I know every race.
Do you remember Imola? Do you remember Imola? Everybody talks about.
Raikkonen was like.
Everybody talks about. Oh yeah, it was Michael Schumacher versus Alonso track. Guess who was 50 minutes down the road, man?
Raikkonen, yeah. I saw the side of the race like a couple of days ago, bro. Alonso was another sector, bro, and it was lap 6. It was crazy, but yeah, there's something McLaren 05-ish about that car where we know it's very, very quick, but at any given moment something can go wrong. But nothing has gone yet, so we'll see.
But yeah, I wouldn't say Perez is the loser. I'd say the loser, Magnussen, man. What's going on here, man?
Magnussen.
What?
He's getting his ass. He's getting his ass on.
Absolutely cooked.
Yeah.
He's getting his roof smoked. He's making Hawker's making K-Mag look like Mick Schumacher.
Exactly. I was literally going to say that.
How bad is Mick Schumacher then?
Listen.
Well, not to do with Chris, but in his defense, K-Mag was getting cooked second half of the season by Mick. It's only because off the track, when man going to have this beef, that's why he lost his seat. Really and truly.
No, Mick won't put his 7 tenths on his head.
Not like that.
No, but he was cooking them though.
What was it?
Not like that.
When Haas was good, Mick wasn't cooking, and then when the Haas started to tail off, then he started to cook. But it didn't look like he wasn't cooking because the car was ass towards the end of the season, isn't it? But
let's not talk about Mick because Magnussen slapped it on pole and Mick finished 20th.
Too fair, yeah. But listen,
I don't want to hear that.
Any Mick fans out there, if you're watching,
I'll cheer y'all.
Yeah. Hulkenberg. I remember that day when it was announced. People said, "Oh, Hulkenberg's finished. Hulkenberg, da. Bro, the guy is doing things that. Oh, where did he qualify? but he was
I don't know
somewhere up
where he
there.
qualified. P
He
something.
was somewhere up there. Yeah, he was
He's
somewhere
in
up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, what's going on?
P10.
No, I'll never forgive the internet, the F1 world for disrespecting Nico Hulkenberg like he's some scrub.
Bro,
This guy,
Alonso,
yeah, he didn't get a podium, but this guy was consistent top 10 finisher.
Hey,
Consistent.
Nico
Bad wheel
Hulkenberg
nollie.
has Nico Hulkenberg has Alonso co-signed. Alonso been rating that guy since from day one. So since from then, I knew he's a serious guy. So,
You know what?
chill
Yeah,
out, Nico.
Nico Hulkenberg, I think as a second driver could be really good for one of the big teams. I might be a step.
Bro,
You might think that's a stretch too far.
Wasn't it
but I think
him
he
or
might be.
wasn't it him or Perez for the Red Bull seat?
Yeah.
My bugging.
Yeah.
You must join Ferrari as well.
It was him or Lewis for the Maxis as well.
He's good, man.
He
From time I saw him didn't get pole in a Williams and a Force India at Brazil talk like
Yeah, I think it was in 2010 and 2012.
2012, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's a serious don. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with Hulkenberg.
So that's
He's an Avenger.
Magnus is the loser because he's not hanging right now. I'll let you do the name, Rafa.
They're fried. We got to talk about this guy because he's getting cooked left, right, and center. Hey, do you listen? This is about the ride. Let me talk about the ride. Have you seen that video of that kid that guy that goes onto the bus and everyone thinks he's a kid, and they throw him off the bus and they realize that this guy's a grown-ass man. That is the fried. Bro, he's coming into this grid as a rookie, but he's a grown ass man, bro. This guy stinks. What's going on? Tsunoda is cooking him, and props to Tsunoda as well because everyone's talking about it's a make or break, and so far he is just frying this guy, bro. Like cooking him.
Right. Can I just need to say one thing, Anik, before we move on? Yeah, Nick de Vries. He's older than Leclerc and Max. He's 28 years old. This guy, he's a big man. Yeah, he has all the racing experience necessary. He's driven a Formula E. He's literally tested every single car. He's got every single. He's super license points is heavy. Yeah, he's got experience. You know them people that do driver's license and they do the extra test, pass plus. He's done pass plus. He's done all that. Yeah, and he's had all the experience in the world. Yuki went from F4, F3, F2, F1. No gaps. Straight from... That's all his driving experience. And he's absolutely putting him in the dirt. Yuki's putting him in the dirt. So for everybody that are begging de Vries, he needs to take this seat. Put him in a McLaren. Put him in a Williams. This guy ain't levels. Maybe we should understand the acumen and understanding of why teams didn't pick him in the first place. Why did they not pick an F2 champion to fill seats earlier? Now we're seeing it. I don't think
he was reserved at Mercedes for a bit.
Stoffel's better than this guy. Stoffel Van Dorn's better than this guy.
Hey, listen.
If we're talking about people that deserve a seat, Stoffel Van Dorn deserves the seat over him.
Bro had one good race. Bro, that's like an academy player having one good game and now he's a starter. Come on, bro. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You need to earn your stripes in this business, B.
He's
only got 1 year. Why, listen, if AlphaTauri, if Red Bull really thought he was this guy, why don't they give him 1 year contract? This guy's under pressure already. Awas is winning races in F2. You're finished. Awas is taking your seat, bro.
Let's see.
Another
driver that went under the radar this weekend was Valtteri Bottas. He had an absolute stinker. Wasn't he the slowest thing? I think he was the slowest in qualifying. I just didn't even notice him in the race. Oh, man.
Where's Martz? Where's Martz?
Terrible.
Where is Martz? Where is Martz? Martz, where are you? Bring back Bottas here and you see what he's doing now. Yeah. Where's Martz? Where is Mr. Martz?
Where's Martz? Shout out to
Martz? Where's Kunle as well?
Shout out to us.
Guys, shout out to us.
No, but Bottas, yeah. No, let's not talk about Bottas. Let's talk about Alfa Romeo. This team stinks. What's going on? Everybody's talking about McLaren being a slow car. This team is slow as hell, bro. This team is horrible.
So you're not going to give no props to Zhu this weekend then?
Joe's putting Bottas in a pack. How you bring upgrades in your slow? Let me just. Alfa Romeo brought upgrades in the slow.
I know why Mahad's doing this. You know, Mahad, you're a bad guy. Because your ex went there and now you want to cook them. Your ex went there.
Hey, listen.
And now you're cooking
I know.
them.
I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. How's it going over there?
Your ex is there. You're cooking.
How's it going over there?
You're a bad guy.
We're good over here. What's going over there? You know what I mean?
Listen,
But
good over here.
Bottas was talking about, I hope I get the contract when they become Audi. Come on, man.
I knew what. No, actually, you know what? Yeah,
Nah, you get shit.
Bottas stinker. For the main reason, he came into this looking like an Australian and was the worst guy on the grid. Man came with the Aussie grit hairstyle.
The mullet, yeah.
The
Mullet power and that, yeah.
Bro, hey, the reason why he was slow because he drank 5 cans of Fosters before the race, bro. That's why he was slow. I'm sorry. The guy, he is. I don't know, man. I don't know. He can't be the same. He can't be the same nationality as Mika Hakkinen and Kimi Raikkonen. I'm sorry. He's not Finnish. He's finished. He's done.
He's Mika Silo.
Yeah. I said Mika Silo. Mika Silo. Hey, that's the name out. Hey, I got flashbacks. O2 season, bro. Tell you what, I was there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bottas, I think that's the biggest thinker, Anik. You're right.
Yeah.
He used to slow some collie, weren't he?
Big stinker. We touched on Ferrari, touched on Alpine. Winner Max, standard. Lewis, man. Lewis and Mercedes. Let's give some props to them, man. I'm not going to give any props to Mercedes. I'll let you guys do that.
Why are you saying Lewis on props in your mouth?
I know.
What do you mean?
Piss off, Anik. Go away, man.
I've not said anything bad about Lewis for about 18 months now. So let's.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
18 hours.
18 minutes.
18 months. 18 hours, man.
Fuck out of here.
I think
Hold on.
I think the top 3 deserve praise. They're all winners.
Yeah.
I just think they're the best 3 drivers on the grid. It just is what it is.
I can roll with that.
Hey, Lando Norris held up Perez for 20 laps in a boat.
Oh yeah, Lando as well.
That move on Hulkenberg as well.
Hulkenberg, that was naughty.
Listen, racing IQ A1 because obviously he held up Perez for ages, kept up with Perez to stay in his DRS while he was catching Hulkenberg, so then he can get into Hulkenberg's DRS.
So why couldn't Perez get past him?
Good drive.
Power to the Hulk, innit?
But he got past everybody else quite easily.
Hulk got angry and turned into Hulk. It was long.
Power the Hulk, now I mean.
Hey, Hulk was saying, I'm an Avenger.
You know how crazy that dunking? Norris dunked on him and then he nearly binned it. Imagine.
Yeah. He
was getting overtaken and then you nearly binned it and the guy's nowhere near you.
Special mention out to Piastri as well. Home race getting points. Man, like home baking, Mr. Pastry. Man, like, come on, man.
I see the comment from, was it Jan? I guarantee this guy doesn't get a contract and he'll be out of F1.
Nick de Vries.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, what? Mark's got Yuki Coin as well, has he? Everyone's got Yuki Coin now.
You don't
mute.
Yuki Iwasa coin coming out soon.
Nah, Mark's not allowing it. Cashing your Bottas coin before you cash your Yuki coin.
That's a conflict of interest.
Mark's
to the LFC won't allow it.
I want to apologize to all listeners and watchers because Mark said bring back Bottas, and it's the most disgraceful thing ever to be said on this platform.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is add another S onto Bottas' name. Just add
say hashtag don't bring back Bottas, yeah?
Yeah, literally.
Bro, I was ready to report you man to Ofcom. I was fuming.
Me? What you say fuck me for?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's on your pod.
What's it for me for? I didn't say it.
I said it happened on your watch. It's your fault. It's peak.
Hey, listen, you gotta let free speech in it. Know what I mean? Better Donald Trump and that.
Not for Marx. This is some shocking things. This is some shocking things, bro. That guy.
Oh shit.
Michael Massey was there this weekend.
Ugh.
I was cooking him from 9 a.m. on Friday morning till 11 o'clock on Sunday. Cooking. I was like, why are you here?
I said, why are you here?
Bro, I woke up. I was in bed and I looked up and I was like, "Why is Ted cooking like this? What's going on?" Ted was like, "So why is Michael Massey here?"
But
Why is
it's
he here?
true. He's doing
It's
whatever
because
it is,
of
touring cars or whatever.
V8 supercars because they were support race, and he's the whatever of that in it. That's why.
Yeah, so if they were racing there, he has to be there because he's the gaffer, innit?
Yeah, that's why. Unfortunately,
Michael Massey lived up to
Yeah.
his reputation of throwing safety cars and all that shit.
Red flagging like it's Crips 3 Bloods, you know? Know what I mean?
Literally.
Crazy.
Mahad McLaren. Good weekend, yeah. Upgrades coming.
It's only the
What's
start,
in store?
man. It's only the start. So I'll say chill out for the Baku GP. We're gonna get some upgrades, but it's a sprint race, so you can't really test them. You only got one practice session. So next race, FP3 Miami. You'll see the real McLaren pace. So look, our car is horrible, as you can tell, but we still managed to get 12 points over teams that are supposedly better than us. So still operationally working well. So we'll just see where we go from here. It's a good platform. 12 points is a good platform to move forward.
No,
We were. I was told that we will get more points than the amount of sponsors we got. People atting. We got 12 points already. All we have to do is get 47 points.
43. I was you got 46 sponsors, yeah? So not on there.
Hey, Rich, these men are in a relegation battle. They need to hit a 40-point safety mark.
Big Sam Allardyce did. Hey, great Potters for you, though. Get him a Stevenson.
Don't ever bring Graham Potter to McLaren. Don't, please, my friends, please don't do this.
Hey, he's good with psychology and that. Hey.
Hey, listen, I'll say it now. We're finishing fourth in constructors.
Huh? Okay.
Ahead of who? Ahead of who?
Actually, hang on. No. Name your top 5 then. Constructors right now.
No,
you're moving crazy.
The top 5 constructors right now. The top 5 constructors right now are Red Bull, Aston Martin, Mercedes, Ferrari, and McLaren, which is the standings right now.
So McLaren finished 5th.
The standings, the standings may stay the same. The standings may change.
I
feel like one of them top 4 teams might fumble.
Hang on, you just said McLaren finished 4th, but now you're saying they finished 5th.
No, I'm saying the standing right. You said tell me the top 5 right now. I told you the top 5.
No, not right now. I mean, it's in for the end of the season.
I answered your question, bro. What you want?
Anik, don't do that. Don't be next to what I said.
Yo, what's up?
Store this.
Don't worry.
Come back to
It's all been said. It's all on YouTube.
The biggest loser is the guy that arranged the calendar. 3 weeks for what? 3 weeks to do what?
This is stupid.
What am I going to do for the next 3 weeks?
No. You know why the calendar's dumb? You know why the calendar's dumb? Because originally China was supposed to be in 2 weeks, right? So this guy said we're gonna go from China to Baku to Miami to Imola,
Italy.
What is this?
Tell that guy to start learning Chinese because he's fired. This guy is stinker.
Time to learn Chinese, buddy.
Baku to Miami is the dumbest back-to-back I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
that's a red eye. Jet lag
within a week, man. That's just I don't get it.
That's crazy.
3 weeks, 21 days. What am I gonna do? Vex.
Bro, man,
we will be here. We're making content. We'll be here.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We should do a Pitstop Fracas raw test, raw knowledge. So use really on that.
I'm gonna bring. I'll
win
back.
that, by the way.
I'm gonna bring that back. I might bring it back. I'll bring it back this month.
Anik,
you
just say you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Will. Oh, you're good. Listen, Anik.
Will.
Anik, I was here last year.
Rafa needs to be on the episode, yeah.
Rafa will be there.
Yeah. Anik will be there. Now, Chris, Nam's the reigning champ. He's got to be there. So yeah, you four, let's test your will, Nolly.
Okay.
Questions.
It'll be unfair for my vote.
Come, bro. Come, test your will, Nolly. You're older.
Listen,
man.
You saw me. I was on Tomo's Big Fat Quiz of the Year. I won, bro. I won that.
Oh yeah,
okay,
that's Josh Reevil. I beat all of them, man.
Yeah, That's the last lap
was
belt. This is the Pitstop Fracas
Oh,
belt.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It was,
This is the old head pod.
was this the
Yeah.
real quiz?
This is the real quiz. This is
Big
WrestleMania,
visuals.
G. Yeah, this is WrestleMania, bro.
We're coming up with names like Nanini.
You are Cody Rhodes.
Do you know what man's gonna tell me? What the quiz question is gonna be? Like, what's the radio of the Brazilian Grand Prix lap 29 for Jensen Button in 2009? Tell me what the radio message said.
Nah, one of the questions
weird.
is who led the European GP in 2007 in the Spiker?
Will Winklehoof.
Winklehawk.
Winklehawk, whatever. I think Winkle, bro.
We don't know. We're not
fine.
accepting that.
It's fine, bro. You know what it was.
Man,
Anyway.
just said Van Sutton. That was so funny, that race. Don't kill me. man.
Must have Van der Vaart.
Yeah.
That-
Hold on, was
that
that
race
the
is-
race when? Oh no, what was the race where Raikkonen couldn't hack it till the last lap and he went flying off? Was that 2005 Nürburgring?
That was Nürburgring. Yeah, hold that, Kimmy.
Oh,
yeah.
man. No, come on, man. The tire, man. One lap, you know, that's the most Fugazi Alonso win of all time.
Yeah.
No, it's
Even
not.
you will say that, Rafa. That's the Fugazi
Nah,
Alonso
nah,
win.
nah. You know,
Bro, they should
What?
just
The
pit
guy's
him and
tire
secured
blew up
the
on the
point.
last lap. Are you all right?
You know-
He was
you know,
miles
listen,
down the road.
listen.
But you know what? They kept saying the tire's gonna go.
James,
the tire's gonna go,
James,
the tire's gonna go.
James, man, like James Allen, man, GOAT commentator. I should not really, but my commentator,
Yeah.
it's my guy, bro.
Shout out
Listen,
to
yeah,
us.
my
Fellow
stocks were
Scotsman.
killing that week. AC Milan lost the Champions League final. Like I think the week before, that very
I need
week.
to know how old Rafa is. Literally, Rafa.
Alonso won that
He's
back.
40.
Bro. He won that back for me. That black don't crack. Don't worry, I'm old, but
Listen. I would say he should have took it easy on the last lap, but he didn't. He went full beams in that
Bro.
first corner, man.
bro, if you saw that tire, it was the most elite. You can't race on that, bro. I'm sorry.
One more lap, man, around the Nürburgring, man.
So
That's
they
the
were-
win.
But you know that was his own fault, by the way. That was Kimmy's fault. Trying to lap Jack Villeneuve. Come on, man.
All right. Listen.
What's it with last lap?
We're not slandering. We're not slandering Klimmer. Why is effing McLaren trauma sessions in there? I've had
No,
enough.
but hold on. Whilst we're on the topic, what happened in 2001 as well? Spain 2001, last lap there.
Nah, man. Stop, man. What are you gonna start telling me about Mika
That was-
in
that was
Imola?
horrible.
Are you gonna start telling me all this kind of stuff? What's going on right
That
now?
was no, but honestly, I didn't mind McLaren back in 2000. That was heartbreaking, man. Literally,
Oh,
like
2000 is the most
less than
heartbreaking.
2K from-
I don't get it.
I grew up as a McLarenista anyway, so I was there.
You're not begging it, man.
I was there. West
You're not begging it, man.
West Side
Only
McLaren.
me-
West
only
Side.
me-
West
West
Side.
Side.
McLaren.
Only me,
I had a
Ola,
toy car.
and Kunle are McLaren. You man are begging.
I am a consoy club at the Western side. Come on.
West
Don't beg
Side.
it. Don't beg it.
West Side
You man.
McLaren.
Stop. Stop begging.
Calm.
I did no
Um,
cap. Hey, I'll bail my land right now. Hang on. You call man.
Guys, I'm getting roasted in the comments here.
Are you like
Remove
50?
things from the
Yes.
Stone Age.
And it's gonna start reminiscing Jim Clark, man, like it's Peter Windsor.
Ah,
That's what-
I was there.
Bro,
I
the
was there
quiz,
when he
I'm
won
ready
at the
for this
Nürburgring
F1
ring.
quiz.
Oh,
I'm
You
ready
ready,
for this F1 quiz. Yeah, I'm ready, man. Anyway,
Say nothing,
we've
bro.
gone through the Australian Grand Prix. I think we touched on every single driver. Damn.
that's the
Good
first.
episode. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with another episode. So until then, peace.
Peace.